men are the white people of black people. We are the entitled, largely uneducated, flamboyantly problematic group that offers that everyone else is the problem but us. We think that we should be the leaders of the black community without actually taking responsibility for negative things that happen within the black community. We offer that it is everyone else's fault that things don't work but ours. It's society not respecting the black man. It's the black woman not respecting the black man. It's the feminization of the black man. It's the masculinization of the black woman. It is the black woman choosing the wrong black man. It's the LGBTQ plus community trying to indoctrinate the black man. Everybody else's fault but ours. And if anyone steps outside the pocket to remind us in any way, shape, or form that we might be able to do better, then they're bashing black men. And don't get me wrong, things are hard for us as black men, but that doesn't give us the right to pretend like things aren't hard for other people. Like we don't make things hard for other people. That's what white people do.
Hello, guys. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. Child, this is the third time I done recorded this video. So I've been having the worst tech issues. I've recorded this twice before, and I'm having technical difficulties with Vimeo. I'm really hoping that 3 times a charm and that this audio is recorded without any issue so I can get this video out to you all. And as always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please also chime in the comment section. I love to hear from you all. I don't think you guys understand how happy it makes me and how excited I get when I get to dialogue or engage in dialogue with fellow like-minded, divested Black women who are making the best choices for them and who are operating in their best interests. So please do that. And then also, if you have tips for content, please feel free to email me at lexusexoduschannel@gmail.com. If you previously emailed me, I will get to your email. I'm inundated with email notifications and commentary. So just give me a moment, give me a few days. I promise by the end of the week, I'll follow up on your email suggestions. And I expect to release new videos based off of you guys' suggestions by the end of the week. So bear with me, y'all. Y'all know I work and stuff too. I'm not just a YouTuber, even though I prioritize this and I love doing this. I do also have a 9-to-5. So I try to squeeze in creating this content when I can. So bear with me. Be patient, please. So this is the second installment of my new daily series called the Blackistan Zoo. And these videos will be released and will premiere Monday through Friday, daily at 6:30 ET. And this series is where I highlight and hone in on the animals, monsters, these derelicts and dusty zetas that are commonly found within Blackistan and the community. So today's Blackistan Zoo installment will be about Tyroaches and these hood rats. And I decided to create this video just because I know that South Beach, it has become inundated recently with these animals. Every year around this time and every year when there's a major public event, these creatures will travel to your local metropolitan areas and will invade and inundate these areas and these cities and will really infest these areas. So we're talking about cities like Atlanta, Miami, where major events are happening like Urban Beach Week or Spring Break or All-Star Weekend or the playoffs, Super Bowl, things like that. So before we talk about the behavior of these fools and highlight some video clips of these idiots acting a fool, let's briefly go through the profile of these hood rats and these Tyroaches. So these creatures include both the male and female species. Some attributes of the male species, they are characterized characterized by fake Louis Vuitton belts. They often have lots of tattoos, sleeves, tattoos on their face, on their foreheads, teardrops. In extreme circumstances, you'll even see some of them imprint diamonds and rhinestones and shit on their foreheads. And they'll don these expensive shoes, Jordans, $200, $300, $400 shoes, Yeezys that cost more than what's in their bank account. The female profile is very, very similar. Their appearance, they wear very pricey lace fronts. So they'll oftentimes have these wigs that are worth $500, $1,000, even though their credit score is only 500 points. They'll wear knockoff bags and just really, really flashy, revealing clothing. Their diet includes things that they can't afford. So one of the main identifying attributes of a Tyroach or a hood rat is that they spend money on others' dime that they can't afford out of their own pockets. So for instance, the stimmy is hitting. So right now is Lego mine season for your typical hood rat and Tyroach because they're getting the stimulus and they're also getting tax refunds. So they're tax refund ballers right now. So they'll spend money on crab legs, lobster. They also have EBT cards, so they get food stamps and get different public government subsidies to help sustain their living. And they'll use that and will just buy shit that they wouldn't buy if they were actually paying for those things out of their own pockets. They also sustain themselves on a diet of Hennessy, weed, drugs, pills, alcohol, and a myriad of other substances that they abuse. Now, when we look at this species' behavior, they often travel in packs. So you'll never see a hood rat or a Tyroach alone. They're usually included in a multitude of people. So you'll oftentimes see crowds of these folks. And things can get pretty hectic when they are together collectively in large crowds. Identifying behavior of these fools, they'll sporadically scream, "Hey, hey, hey," will randomly twerk. They'll randomly twerk anywhere. You could be in a grocery store. You could be at the gas station. They always busting it open. The males will flash money that they really don't have. So like, for instance, like I talked about these tax refund ballers, it's payday for them right now. So you'll see lots of pictures on social media with them making or taking pictures of money phones and having stacks of money that they're flashy with and irresponsible with. And one of the most identifying attributes of these creatures is that they will travel to locations that they really can't afford. And they'll do it on a whim with just a prayer and just no plan to make it back. So they will go on a whim on an ad hoc basis and will hope that they make it back home. So I want to show you guys a few videos of these animals in their natural habitats. Let's see. Here's the first one. Uh-oh, it's muted. Okay, so this is in South Beach during spring break. And as you can see, like I said, very irresponsible, very erratic behavior. Statistically, we know that these Tyroaches only make $40,000 a year on average if they are lucky. However, they're throwing money frivolously in the crowds, wasting money, giving away money that they can't afford. Also, you'll see that they disregard basic common sense. So they're in large crowds right now and are totally disregarding medical advice and medical recommendations from doctors and from medical professionals who have advised that we need to social distance and that we need to follow COVID protocols. So yeah, just a lack of basic common sense here. They live for the day, even though they're disproportionately impacted by COVID and are more likely to die if infected with COVID. They are out in large crowds collectively with no care in the world. Um, yeah. So let's watch this next clip of these Tyroaches in their natural habitat. Oh, and I want to preface this video. This is actually another South Beach video, and it's a lot going on in this clip. You'll see it. But I'll preface this by advising that this is a clip of a Tyroach racking up a large ass bill at a restaurant in Miami and trying to run off and not pay the bill, trying to ditch the tap. So here we go. Do y'all hear them? I told y'all I'm pausing it right there. I told y'all they sporadically say A for no reason. Do you hear that? That is the hood rat's innate mating call. That's how she attracts potential suitors. Randomly twerking in the street. There that nigga go running again. Okay. So there's a lot to unpack and a lot going on in this video. First off, I will say this is a typical Naker. This guy who ran off won his tab. These Tyroaches are obsessed with pretending like they have money instead of actually having money. So they'll spend a lot of time and resources into trying to make it look like they have money as opposed to working to actually possess and obtain money. So yeah, like this fool, I don't know why anyone would go all the way to Miami just to pull a stunt like this. Like, fool, Naker, just go to McDonald's. Better yet, fucking make a bologna sandwich at home. But because they lack basic logical reasoning and they lack basic intelligence and cognitive reasoning, this fool decided to rack up a large bill and to run off on it. And I have no idea where he dined in at, but it had to be, somewhere nice, some type of 5-star restaurant for these employees to run out and chase him. I don't know about you guys, but one of my first jobs was in retail, and they make it clear that legally you're not able to apprehend people who are thieves. You have to let them go and let the authorities handle it. So it must have been some fucking I don't know, shit, Ruth Chris, Wagyu, something that was like, a hefty tab for them to chase after him like that. But it's like, fool, why are you doing that shit in the first place? Like, really, dude, like, come on, man. And yeah, you also saw in this video these women, no lack of regard for the locals, for the residents that live here, for the local businesses, just totally causing traffic congestion by stopping and randomly in front of an intersection and twerking. Yeah. So there's no rhyme or reason here. I don't know if you notice, you guys, but all these chicks were bad bodied, which is indicative and illustrates their bad diets. I talked about how they sustain themselves on a diet of Hennessy and chicken wings, lemon pepper chicken wings. This illustrates that. And no lack of regard for anyone else. Just disgusting, just ghetto, just trifling, just ratchet. Yeah, this don't make no sense. So the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is, I don't know if you can see right here, is luxury cars. So that is man, that's such a typical sign of naked Tyroach behavior. These guys will rent luxury cars and have $100,000 vehicles that they drive in, and they'll pull up to a 2-bedroom apartment complex. So just priorities fucked up, you know, like no assets, no ownership. They don't own homes. They don't own businesses. They don't have investments. They don't have savings. They don't have retirement plans. Just flashy, cultivating things that depreciate as opposed to assets that appreciate, and as opposed to focusing on building wealth for generations. So yeah, and then you'll even see the women here, long weaves, expensive weaves, probably $1,000 weaves with 300 credit score. Just disgusting. And again, I want to reiterate that like spring break and major events that happen in the first quarter of the year, they are guaranteed to be inundated by these hood rats and these Tyroaches, because that is the time where it's payday for these nakers. They're getting stimulus checks right now, so they're getting $1,400 per person, including dependents. They're also getting tax refund checks, so they're tax refund ballers, and they're getting $3,000 per child. So they're having a heyday on honest taxpayer dime. A mess. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, so this video, let me see if I can find it. This is something else, but I actually wanted to show you guys the video of the girls that went to Atlanta All-Star Weekend in a U-Haul. Instead of renting a motel or an Airbnb, they actually rented a U-Haul and stayed and resided in the U-Haul the entire duration of their trip.
You gotta go crazy, son. Yeah, you
stupid. Child, I told y'all they love their Hennessy.
They turned that you open the door.
A mess.
Open the door, look. He done got the ass. There's no seats in the back of that bitch. She ain't turned on up. She turned down. So look.
Okay. So these dumb bitches, instead of just compiling, has to be like 5 or 6 of them. Instead of just putting their money together, all adding $20 a day to a pot, to get like a fucking, I don't know, a Motel 6, a Holiday Inn, something is better than this. These motherfuckers, these hood rats, rent a U-Haul truck and decide that they're going to drive, I believe from Wisconsin is where they're from. They're going to drive to Atlanta and sleep in the fucking U-Haul. I can't make this shit up. So there's no plumbing. So anytime somebody got to piss or shit, they got to pull over every half hour at your local gas station to do so. There's no showers. There's no running water. So I'm assuming they just taking bird baths, or some of you may know of it as whole baths, in your local McDonald's restroom, in the fucking White Castle's restroom, just just hitting the T-zone, which is the armpits and the cooch. Just doing a brief refresher. I don't know. Maybe they're using baby wipes or something. I don't know. This is a hot ass fucking mess. But this is what I mean. This illustrates your typical hood rat and Tyroach behavior. They live for today. There's no planning. There's no strategic thinking when it comes to these fools. They just live for today. They just want to have a good time. What did Drake say? I'm here to have a good time, not to live a long time. That's their motto. That's their mindset. And it's just like, who the fuck does that? And honestly, like, you'll see this video includes a bunch of Tyroaches too, and it's like, I'd be damned if I be sleeping in a fucking $20 U-Haul with niggas around me. Like, what do I need you for? You mean to tell me between all 10 of y'all niggas, y'all couldn't have contributed a little bit so we can afford $100 for a motel? Are y'all for real? The thought process is just backwards thinking, and I just don't understand it. Last story here, I will talk about this girl who went to Atlanta All-Star Weekend and had just enough money to get there and had to start a GoFundMe to get back. So let's read this story. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Here's a girl. See, I told y'all, lace fronts. That's like a telltale sign of a hood rat. One of these bitches in Blackistan. They'll have really nice hair and will be meticulous. I'm surprised she doesn't have nails. But they'll look like very well groomed, put together, because they spend all of their money on superficial shit that don't mean nothing. No assets. I bet you if you pulled up this woman's credit report, I bet you it's very poor. I bet you if you look at her debt history, I bet you she has loans. I bet you she has all sorts of delinquent credit card accounts. She's all this shit. She's probably renting, if she even has a home that she lives in herself, if she's not living with like a man or her parents. There, I bet you I'd be willing to put money on it. With this type of decision making, this girl has nothing to her name. So anywho, so this woman came to Atlanta for NBA All-Star Weekend. She got stranded and asked for money using GoFundMe donations. Her name is Yazz the Stallion. And she came to Atlanta on a one-way ticket with $400 in her purse. She was banking on using her unemployment to pay her way back home, but the funds didn't come through. So girl, come on, y'all. Like, for real. Like, you unemployed and you banking on unemployment, but you're unemployed, so you can't even afford this vacation in the first place. So like I said, they'll go and travel to these places on a prayer and a whim, and we'll just hope that they'll be able to make it back. A goddamn shame. I went to Atlanta for All-Star Weekend with $400, only booked to one way because I was waiting on my unemployment to pay my way back, but they baited. I need help surviving and making it back home to New York. Please, anything will help. And she ended up garnering $500 of the $1,300 goal. And this might be outdated. Who knows? I'm sure she probably made her go now that this has gone viral. But this don't make no fucking sense. This don't make no fucking sense. Like, priorities, y'all. priorities. And I'm sure she has a slew of children that she abandoned and left just to go party and have a good time with money she didn't have in Atlanta. And y'all, I'll tell y'all, so I love Atlanta. I think it's a city full of young, up and coming, professional, intelligent Black women, and movers and shakers within the community. So I love Atlanta. I love the culture. I love the food. And so recently I decided to travel down there because I was really overwhelmed with work and I just needed a break. And my husband recognized it and he was just like, baby, wherever you need to go, you just need to get off the grid for a few days. So I needed a break. And so I went to Atlanta and it happened to be coincidentally during All-Star Weekend. Y'all, and thank God, when I got there, I was so surprised because me being a little bit bougie, I accidentally booked a place that was in the gentrified area. And I didn't realize there was a wide area of Atlanta. I thought Atlanta is a chocolate city, so I thought it would be, all predominantly African-American. But where I happened to book my condo, not an Airbnb, it was a rental, not through Airbnb, but like a space where they rent out homes. It was so nice that it was in Midtown, and it's called Ponce Market area, which is really, really, really nice. I'm not that familiar with Atlanta, but that's where I stayed. And I was kind of disappointed because when I got there, I'm like, dang, there ain't no sisters around here. No, fellow, like-minded, professional, educated Black women. But in hindsight, I'm really glad that that's what happened because I was off the grid when all this mess was happening during All-Star Weekend. All this bullshit where, they were inundated and experiencing an influx of fucking Tyroaches and hood rats who came to the city just to run amok. So I don't know. So the other thing I'll say that this reminds me of is back in my early 20s, I decided to go on vacation with my hood rat cousin. So I come from a dysfunctional family full of your typical hood rats, Tyroaches, where they display this behavior. And so they invited me in my early 20s, so about a decade ago, to go to South Beach during Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I know. And here I am myself. I'm just like little old me, unsuspecting, not knowing nothing, naive, not knowing nothing, just thinking this is going to be a good time. We're going to lay out on the beach. We're going to relax. We're going to, recharge, unwind. Child, it was a hot ass fucking mess. So a few things happened. So one, my hood rat ass cousin who planned the trip asked for me and the four of us to give her $400 for the stay. So it was like maybe a 3 or 4 day weekend. And she's like, yeah, the cheapest hotel I can find is $400 a night. So if we each chip in $400, and that should be plenty. So I'm like, cool. So I give her that. And mind you, they wanted to drive there. We live like 14 hours away from Florida. I won't tell y'all where I live because I gotta be inconspicuous. But we live far away. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nah, I don't want to drive all the way to Florida. I'll fly there and meet y'all there. But I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer. So I'm like, all right, let me just be a trooper. This should be fun. This will be a road trip with me and my cousins. So, child, why did they pull up? And instead of my 4 cousins, it's 4 cousins. So 2 cars with my 4 cousins and also 4 other girls that are their friends. So they didn't chip in anything. They didn't pay for anything, but they just tagging along. But I'm thinking, I'm trying to be a trooper. I'm like, cool, we done got a hotel, a 5-star hotel. We done paid $400 a night. This gonna be the bomb. We gonna be at the Ritz-Carlton because $500 a night, you gonna get a nice space. Like I'm thinking we gonna get a penthouse, we gonna be 5-star hotel, valet, concierge. It's gonna be lit. So we get there, y'all. Why is it a fucking, might as well have been Motel 6. Motel 6. Like, and when I tell y'all, like, the furnishing was so outdated. There was 2 twin beds, mind you, for 8 fucking girls. 8 girls, 1 room with two twin beds. Then like the furnishing was so bad and outdated. The nightstand was all chipped and scraped up because it was old. So from wear and tear, it was just ragged, and the paint was chipping on it. The fucking carpet had like, I don't know, what you like, rub marks, like burn marks, like somebody done got fucked on the damn carpet. It was a mess there. The one thing I will say is the TV at least was a flat screen, which was the most progressive piece of furniture in that bitch. Because I was surprised that it wasn't like a big ass, big body box TV in there. But no, it was a flat screen TV. It was itty bitty. It had to be like maybe 30 inches on a wall, but it was a mess. So, all right, so what happened, long story short, is my cousin scammed us. And she just told us that, it's Memorial Day weekend, so all the hotels was really expensive. The only thing I could find was $400 a night. Child, why did I call the damn hotel that weekend? And it turns out the rooms were only $50 a night. So not only did she scam our asses and told us it was $400 a night and collect that from all of us, but then she invited her friends to come tag along. So we was in a fucking two twin bed hotel room, like a studio apartment with 8 women at a Motel 6, pretty much for the entire weekend. So that happened. That's typical for Blackistan. But it was just like this, just like these clips I just showed y'all. Anytime there's a major event or anytime there's, it happened to be Urban Beach weekend there. I had no idea. It was ratchet as hell. Mind y'all, I was 23 years old. So I wasn't a prude. I was, I liked to party. I was a college student and I had been working on my master's degree at the time. So I really was ready to have a good time. So I'm not like no stuck up, or wasn't at the time. I really was more laid back and really wanted to enjoy myself. But it was just ratchet. It was just chaos, crowds everywhere, just like you saw. Mind you, there wasn't even no pandemic then. I couldn't imagine being out there in the midst of all that chaos and all those people and all those crowds and all that congestion in the middle of a fucking epidemic. But back then I was just like, this shit is fucking ghetto. This shit is ratchet. The men were drinking from sunup to sundown. They were using drugs all damn day. They were smoking weed to the point where I would sneak out early in the morning. I would sneak out like around 6 because I knew nobody would be up and I would be able to kind of lay out on the beach and have like a relaxing start to my day. So I don't know. This is what you get. Like this is nothing new. This is like your typical behavior of hood rats and Tyroaches. I would just encourage y'all that during these times, do not travel to Atlanta during a major sports event or a major public event, even concerts and shit. Don't go there. Miami, be wary, be leery. Do not go there during spring break. Don't go there during Memorial Day weekend because you'll experience this bullshit. So anywho, that's all I got. I hope y'all enjoyed that segment. Like always, I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 ET with another installment of the Blackistani Zoo. All right. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. See ya.